Mexico is facing major fuel shortages as the country's new president tackles oil theft. Gas stations across the country are running out of fuel, and some public transportation has been halted.
This comes as Mexico's president, Manuel Lopez Obrador, cracks down on cartels and gangs stealing oil from pipelines. It is just one of the many challenges facing the new leader. For more on this, let's bring in CBSN contributor Willis Sparks. He writes for Signal. That's a newsletter produced by GZero Media. Good to see you, Willis.
Good to see you.
So in today's newsletter, you highlight 3 rookie mistakes that President Obrador has already made. The gas shortage crisis is one of them. What are some of the others?
Well, the gas shortage thing is interesting just because it's an attempt to solve a real problem, but they apparently just shut the gasoline out of the pipeline without knowing that they didn't have enough gasoline in reserve to avoid a shortage that may go on for weeks. So it's a huge unforced error by a guy who promised a radical transformation of the country. A couple of other mistakes. He also, the party has proposed a bill that would limit salaries and benefits for public sector workers to the reduced salary and benefits of the president. So in other words, it's a big salary and benefit cut for a lot of people who work for the government. This is a president who has a very government-centric approach to all kinds of problem solving, and we're already seeing early evidence that people are just quitting or retiring, and they're going somewhere else. So you're kind of hollowing out the tool that you have been planning to use to accomplish the rest of your agenda. The other issue has to do with criminal gangs. You know, you were talking about them in Puerto Rico a moment ago. Obviously, it's a huge story in Mexico as well. Reforma, a newspaper in Mexico City, put out a statistic on Wednesday that got a lot of attention because they said that homicides committed by criminal gangs jumped 65% in a month from the last month of the past president to the first month of the new president. Lopez Obrador's response was to say, well, these statistics are misleading because why are you only talking about homicides committed by criminal gangs? You should be reporting on all homicides. Fair enough. But quibbling over statistics when you're talking about a problem that everyone knows is real and very serious and deadly, not a good look for a president who's come in promising to change the country in positive ways. These are all good examples of self-inflicted wounds.
Why such a dramatic rise? I mean, how much has really changed when it has come to law enforcement in like a month?
You know, it's hard to say, but it may be there were probably, following the last elections, changes in local governments that created vacuums that a lot of criminal gangs are competing with one another to try to step in and fill. We often see spikes in criminal gang activity when there's a vacuum that can be filled, whether the vacuum is from government or the taking down of someone like El Chapo that creates new opportunities for other gangs to increase their market share.